Welcome to In My Opinion 4, Shantae Risky's Revenge. You play as Shantae, a half genie, half human, who's in charge of the safety of her home, Scuttletown. Everything's going fine until the pirate Risky Boots comes along to cause some trouble and steals a magic lamp. Now if she collects all the magic seals, she can gain power to rule the world. So now it's up to Shantae to stop her and collect the seals before she gets her hands on them. As you can see, the plot is pretty simple and straightforward, but it's enough to keep the game moving along. The little interactions you have with our colorful cast of characters are fun, as we do get some funny dialogue, even from the regular townspeople. We even get a big dick of a mayor. Just don't go in expecting some grand plot and character development. Now this is what you're coming here for, the great 2D platforming gameplay. You'll be hopping and whipping your hair while going through your adventure. It's not the typical stage-by-stage 2D platformer, instead it's kind of one big open world that, while you can't fully explore from the start, it does open up as you go on. Some sections also have foregrounds and backgrounds you can jump into, making it feel that much bigger. The controls click and are responsive, which is a must for these type of games. Nothing really feels cheap, and while the game is easy for the most part, some of the later sections can get a bit hairy. Shantae does get powers to help her out, 3 transformations to be exact. A monkey which ups her speed and lets her stick to walls, an elephant that lets her break through rocks, and a mermaid which allows her to swim. These forms is what opens up more of the world to you. You also get power ups for said forms, such as blowing bubbles as a mermaid, to again explore more. So be prepared to do some backtracking. To be honest, the powers are really just for situational purposes, and you won't be using them too much outside those moments. Well, maybe the monkey, since it's a bit faster and jumps much higher than Shantae. The other reason you'll be backtracking for, besides, just beating the game, is some hidden goodies, which are heart vials, which increase your overall health, and magic gems. These gems, along with your cash, as you buy some items from the shop. This shop is located in Scuttletown, which acts as your safe haven. What you will be picking up is stuff like a potion to make your hair attack much faster, and other little power-ups like these balls of death. There are other power-ups like a fireball attack, but I found the balls to be the best of the best, especially for the few boss fights. Now I know you heard the term backtracking a few times, and that might sound like a headache, but fear not, since we got teleporters to make the journey a little less tedious. Just wake up a statue and you can teleport to whichever one you've woken up before. The game does have a map, and while it's kind of confusing at first glance, it's quickly easy to understand, and you won't feel lost. As you can clearly see, this game is more in vein with the old school, looking like a SNES and Genesis game. That's not to say it's ugly. The different areas are nicely designed, and the game itself is bright, colorful, and the animations for the character models are even really good. For example, Shantae's belly dancing. The same goes for the character designs. We even get nicely drawn character portraits when they talk to one another, adding more detail. It's also clear that developers do like themselves some boobs, and I have no problem with that. The game is super smooth, and there was never any hiccups or glitches I ran into. The pixels can be a bit of an eyesore at first, since it looks rather blown up, but you have 3 different ways to view the game. I would suggest the borders with pictures in the background, as the full screen just stretches it out, making the game look not so good. I had a really fun time with Shantae. The gameplay is solid, smooth, and fun. Visuals, while a bit jarring at first, are still pleasing to the eyes, and the cast of characters, while not super developed or anything, do come off as likable and fun. Let's not forget the game's sense of humor as well. It took me around 5 hours to beat the game, and that's with me trying to get everything. Now for replay value, you can earn different endgame picks depending on certain ways you beat the game, such as finishing it in 2 hours or less. There's also a magic mode, which gives you an extra challenge as well as a new interesting outfit for our lead. But besides that, there's not much else to do. Though even with that shortcoming, I still say this magical venture is worth your time. So go out there and stop risky boots. I hope you enjoy my thoughts on this game, and for gamer's sake, keep gaming.